Welcome back. This is part 2 of baby Domino and his follow-up from the vet. Today's visit was kind of mixed news. On the upside, he has been disbutted, so that procedure went well, and he doesn't seem to be in any pain or, even notice that they are gone. Other good news is that he's thriving, good weight, all that jazz. Downside, we found out they did a fecal. He has coccidia. I don't know, I always say that wrong. It's a really common parasite found amongst goats. And I had brought the other goats, the 2 girls, fecal samples in when they called me about the news, and they tested negative. So that's good news. He also tested positive for a hookworm. So, anybody who knows anything about hookworm, it can become quite a nuisance if you do not get a handle on it. It's a parasite that basically lives in the intestine and then into the feces. And once the feces gets in your pasture, yard, grass, whatever, it's very hard to get rid of. So, they run a test and they grade it on a scale of 1 to 4 after they put it under the microscope, and they gave him a +1. They said they really had to look for it, which means 99% certain that it came from his previous farm. It's not uncommon for the baby goats to be born with some parasites or worms from mom. However, the hookworm is something we do not want. It can spread to our other goats. It can spread to our ducks, our chickens, our cats, you name it, even humans. And I don't want to sound, exaggeratory, but it's definitely something to get a handle on as fast as possible. So, the good news is the vet said that he just has eggs at this point that are visible in his stool sample, which means they haven't become larvae. They may not even be shedding into the feces that he's dropping in the yard, and that means we are going to have an easier time getting a handle on it. So, our plan is, right now, he's going to be quarantined so that I know any feces that is, on our deck area or, moving around in the yard is from the girls, and that it is not infected. We're going to treat the yard with something called Wondercide. It's the only thing on the market that has good ratings for hookworm. Nothing as far as the CDC goes or anywhere has a product that is 100% guaranteed to rid you of the hookworm. However, because we're catching this early and hopefully we won't be reaching a state where we have larvae that can actually infect the ground or other animals, if we get this stuff down fast enough, we'll be able to kill it off before it really begins. How it works, its main ingredient is cedar oil, and cedar oil attacks the exoskeleton of insects and parasites, kind of like boric acid does with cockroaches, dries them out, sucks the life out of them, doesn't give them a chance to become anything. So once we get that ordered and drench the whole grazing area for the goats, I'll let you know how it goes once we we retest and make sure that everybody is worm free. For now, to clear his system so that he's not dropping anything, we are going to be starting the Panicure. This is an oral dewormer and is given every 24 hours for 3 days in 3-week cycle. So he'll get it 3 days in a row, and then we wait until the next week, 3 days in a row, wait until the next week, 3 days in a row. The purpose is to kill off any returning life cycles or eggs that may have hatched and formed inside of the intestine tract, and therefore getting rid of it all. So he's very hungry because he's been at the vet all day, and we're gonna see how easy it is to take this. He is getting 2 cc's in a syringe by mouth. Don't know what's gonna happen here. He might be very mad at me. I'm not sure. So we are gonna draw that up. To the 2 cc line. This is a clean syringe, just came out the bag. We won't be putting anything dirty back in this bottle. I'm hoping, because he's so hungry. Look what I got. Come here. You wanna try it? You wanna try it? It's like a bottle. Come here. Don't make me wrangle you. I'm gonna have to wrangle him. But that's okay because we have a small area. I don't want to put this down. Now you get to watch me chase a goat. Gotcha. Okay. So, we've got him. I'm going to go ahead and just get on the ground. And I'm going to put that all the way back in his throat and make sure he swallows. There we go. That was easy. Good boy. And then we can wash it down with some milk. Here we go. So yeah, the other thing that we got today is the Easotec. It's a cream. It's kind of like a hydrocortisone, or not a hydrocortisone. It's a antibacterial cream that we're gonna put on his little buds on the inside of his ears, just to make sure that he doesn't have any little fungal infections going on in there, or any bacteria on his new surgery site. When he's finished with this bottle, I am going to let you guys get an up close of what the debudding looks like. They shaved his little head, and if you're light of heart or faint of heart or whatever they say, tune out now. But I want you guys to see that you know, he's okay, and what it looks like after they complete the process of the disbudding. Like I said, for us on our farm, we can't have big horns. We've got kids, we've got cats, we've got goats without horns. We've got things that he can get stuck up on if his horns were to get stuck. So it's really a safer option for us. It's not for everybody. But they did put him under an actual general anesthesia. He was out for the process. They also put a nerve blocker in so that when he woke up, he wasn't in any pain. He may start to feel a little annoyed. That's why I want to put this cream on now, as soon as he's done with this bottle. It's going to be a crazy couple of weeks, but we are committed to making a worm-free, happy farm. Okay, so let's see. this is what the buds look like. They take an iron and pretty much scorch them off, and they don't grow back. If they do grow back, they didn't do it right. Now this is the Isotech. It's by Veribac. So yeah, it's basically hydrocortisone and, oh, I recognize this, miconazole nitrate, which is an antifungal, and gentamicin sulfate, which is, I believe, antibacterial. So I don't want to get any germs on our actual stuff, so I'm just gonna not touch it to myself. I'm gonna put it right on my finger, and we're gonna, oh, watch out, just gonna rub that in. He does not like that, of course. It probably hurts a little. I'm sorry, baby. And then we can just rub that rest of it right inside his ears, because we don't want any fungal infection in there. He's not happy with me. I'm not choking him, I'm just holding him. He's gonna look like a wet goat. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's got little crusties. And by the way, you know, this is not knocking the farm he came from in any degree. When you've got a large pasture or herd and a lot of animals, these are things you deal with. Parasites, fungal infections, pasture, grazing issues. So we're just lucky that we got ahead of it. And I'm going to keep y'all posted on how little baby Domino is doing. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe.